What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I am Mr. Cincinnati. As always, I'm joined by the podcast dad. Jeeps, how we doing today, buddy?
It is a Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I am so excited for this week to be over as far as working. But yeah, ready to talk some AEW with you tonight. We had a really good show last night. I think Tony Khan needs to be beating the ratings a little more often. Little fire under his ass, man.
Don't tell him that. I don't think he'll have the same. I don't think he'll think about it the same way. But it was a really good show. Overall, I'm happy with it. Yeah. Actually, before we get into news, I just want to talk about the news and then we'll move on. Backlash will likely be in Paris next year in 2024. What do you think?
I won't be there, but man, that's a fun venue to go. You know, they're keeping it going with the international flair. No pun intended there. The international series that they're doing here. It's fun. I think Japan, Tokyo will be the next one. I think to check off the list. They're going through that Europe check marks right now. So maybe there's another one coming over there. But exciting news. It should be a good time, and they're going to be making a boatload of money with it, so it's not bad either.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, I think that for several years, especially at least for me anyway, kind of that authority era that just weren't really interesting. And I think that this new approach of making the crowd essentially the stage and that's the environment and ambiance. It's working like gangbusters. I mean, that crowd in Puerto Rico was hot. Clash at the Castle, phenomenal. Montreal, incredible. London was great. Berlin, I would imagine, is going to be just as great. I mean, these are markets that are very clearly starved for a major WWE event, and it's working. I mean, usually these are places that will only get house shows that we'll only hear about later. So it's gonna be really cool to watch a PLE that's coming from Paris.
And don't get me excited about SummerSlam. Don't you do it until that is officially announced. That's all I will say on that.
Yeah. There's a little rumor going around that Cleveland is the front runner. So if we do, if Cleveland does get it, we go, I gotta bring it with me. I have to bring it with me.
That's fine. I will be going to SummerSlam again, second year in a row. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. But moving left and right along, AEW Dynamite last night. Tony Khan, like you said, he pulled out a lot of stops, and this was a well-paced show. I know that I said yesterday, there's only a couple of things I was looking forward to, as far as what was actually what was actually announced. But I'm happy with what they did, and as always, we are not going to go match by match for things. That is what our wonderful ticker is for. Let me get that started here. But just kind of the big takeaways. First and foremost, biggest piece of news on the night, Ric Flair debuting in AEW and showing up to surprise his longtime rival and friend Sting as he begins the retirement tour. I would like to point out that I did suggest that this is something that could happen. I did not think it would be the very first night after he made the announcement, though.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Obviously, I think they had this in the works before the Dark Side of the Ring came out on the Plane Ride from Hell. I think that was bad pub for them at that point. But yeah, a fun little moment. Christian came out, and I think we all feared what Christian might say, but he did not.
Yeah.
He didn't bring that up, so that's good.
I was real worried there.
Yeah, that was as soon as you mentioned it, I was like, oh no, he actually could do that. No. But a fun moment for him, fun moment for Sting. Flair said he wants to be along for the ride, so I don't know how much more Flair we're gonna get. I don't know if this is a one-off. I don't know if this means Flair's gonna be around for a while. I think the overarching question and the thing on everybody's mind is, when is Flair gonna wrestle?
Yeah. I mean, he's been pretty vocal about wanting one more match and saying that he can still go. I think that, and I didn't watch that official match, and I actually knew a couple of people that went, but I don't know. It seemed like it left a lot to be desired and a lot of concerns about, his health and well-being during the match. But if he thinks he can do it, then fine. It would not surprise me that Tony would book something like that. Let's be honest. I think it does beg the question. Okay, good. All right. I was gonna say, as great as Sting has looked in these last few years, I don't necessarily know that I just want to see the two of them.
Oh, Eric left, guys. Sorry about that. So Eric has disappeared from us, and he's back.
I'm back.
And now he's gone again. Oh no. Oh no. The technology demon is out for Eric. It's spooky season, but there he is. Oh, maybe. He's frozen. I will proudly carry this if I need to. I think what Eric was going into was Sting and Ric Flair 1-on-1, which I don't want to see. I have zero interest in seeing Flair, I think, wrestle. I don't know if that's something we need in 2023, let alone 2024. The Sting retirement tour is something that should be celebrated. We're excited about it. I don't know if that's something I want to see as far as Flair in the ring. It's just not something I'm interested in at the moment. I don't know if Eric is. I would assume Eric is not interested in that. It's not what I want. And for lack of a better term, but thankfully Christian did not go and do what we thought Christian might go do. So that's good. Moving right along, and if Eric is able to join us again, we will talk a little bit more. But MJF and Juice Robinson had a match that we saw a level of intensity from MJF. It was good. I think it's something we've needed from the champion. He's kind of been in this comedy role as a babyface. We haven't seen a ton of intense feuds from MJF quite yet, and I've been asking for it. I've said, okay, I want him featured. I want a more serious side to MJF, and with this feud with the Bullet Club, it's gotten there. I think the feud with Jay White's a little silly over "I stole your belt," haha, kind of thing. But the promo that Juice cut with the quarters is something that is prevalent in this feud, and MJF kind of went in there and beat him up, and that's what we needed to see. He, as the ticker said, captured his 5th consecutive Dynamite Diamond ring, whatever that means. I'm not sure what that means. It's not like that is a huge thing for AEW at the moment. I think they're just almost think they kind of booked themselves into a corner with having MJF keep winning it. But that's what we're going to have to do. And we'll have to see in 2024 if MJF is still there, which I think he's still going to be there. But we'll have to see if that continues on his side. And for me, the intensity from MJF was exactly what we needed. And I need to see that in my world champion. I can't have a ton of comedy in my world championship programs. I really like Jay White. I think he's a very great, credible challenger, but I'm not sure that this feud is the feud to get him over that hump as that challenger. And if, unfortunately, with the quarters incident, that is what turned this whole feud into something super serious. So we shall see. We saw a little bit of a tease. Not a tease. It's not even a tease. We saw MJF and Kenny Omega at the end of the match on the ramp. And that's going to happen at Collision on Saturday. And I'm kind of scratching my head on this one. Yes, it is it's the way for Kenny Omega to keep going and kind of defend his streak as the champion. I don't know if it is the right decision to do MJF Kenny Omega for the first time ever in AEW on free TV on 3 days' notice. I think that is very surprising. I don't know if that's hot shot booking. I don't know if that's how I would label it, but I think it's very surprising that we are going to see that, because I don't know if. Oh, there he is. How are we doing, Mr. Cincinnati?
I blame Johnny Van Frank for this.
Well, we had to take a lot out of the budget, so.
Yeah, well, you know what? Tell him next time I see him that.
I kind of wrapped up what we were talking about, and I kind of went into the MJF Juice Robinson match, just a little bit on that. Wasn't anything super spectacular. I was saying I'm happy to see a little bit more serious side of MJF. I feel like this title run has been majority comedy based, and I don't Love that.
Sure.
And then, talking about Kenny Omega and MJF in 3 days with a 3-day build for the first time those two have fought for the world. First time they fought in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say this is a build. This was just an announcement that hey, we're just going to do this. I mean, the build implies that there's going to be at least one more kind of in-ring segment, maybe some kind of mix of a match, and it's just like, yeah, no, we're just going to go right on in there. I don't know. I think we've already mentioned to the audience that we're going to be at a party Saturday night. We're not watching this live, or if we are, it's on our phone, and that's if we remember to do it.
Yeah, I put that chance very, very low. Like, this is, and selfishly, you and I live, different lives, but this will be the first time I've been out, like going to full disclosure, going to a Halloween party. Like, this will be the first time I've been out in months. It is not on my agenda to sit down and watch this match, and it sucks because I want to see the match, but it doesn't make sense, man.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't
because one, it's not going to be a clean finish, so we already know that.
No. Yeah.
Two, this is a pay-per-view main event match. What are you doing?
Yeah, especially. I mean, okay, I guess 2 points to that. One, I guess I know they're trying to play up the streak with Kenny. That's fine. I can see why they'd want to do that, but is it really a big deal at this point? I mean, with a company that's still in its infancy, for the most part, I mean, 5 years, like, yes, they're established, but by all other metrics, they're a young company, which is fine. I mean, that record is one that can be broken. Later on in the night, they announced a new pay-per-view for December. And it seems like, unlike WWE and how we kind of get an idea at the end of the previous year, what their next year calendars and what their shows are going to look like, it seems like they're just going to decide to announce stuff when they want, because I didn't think that they were going to have a December pay-per-view since they hadn't said anything. And this is how they want to announce it. That's fine. But is one that could very easily end your. That's a main event that could end your year, especially when we don't know how much longer Adam Cole's going to be out.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Last month at Wrestle Dream, MJF was in the opener in a tag team title match, right?
Yes, 2-on-1.
Okay. Why couldn't Kenny and him main event that?
I don't know.
Because you had Adam Copeland debuting?
I know, but aren't you the same guy that told me not to expect logic in the world of professional wrestling?
This one is like, even the argument of that, this one just, if you're just a booker, this doesn't make sense. Because yes, again, I already know what the finish is going to be. So, and here's the other issue. Here's the other issue. And here's the other issue.
The T word already pissed us off, so we might as well just run with it.
What happens if Kenny Omega wins? There is no belt.
Don't.
Jay White has the physical belt. What, like?
Kenny Omega, Jay White, a Full Gear.
Whatever, man. Like, that doesn't make any sense. What are they wrestling over on Saturday? A belt that nobody has.
On a show that not very many people are going to watch.
Where is it?
That's
Mohegan Sun? That's not a place. Come on.
Is it?
I think it's at Mohegan Sun. Yeah, I think he said it in the promo. Like, that's where you're doing this? The Mohegan Sun Casino.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Yeah.
It is baffling. We are always the wait and see podcast and let things play out, but this one just I don't know about this one, man. It just makes zero sense to me.
Let me ask you this, though, because we did get a little teaser that shows that it may not be MJF under the devil mask there, just kind of a little fade in of the mask being shown. What do you think about that?
I don't know. Is it CM Punk? Have you seen that? Have you seen that theory online?
It's now been 0 days. Yes, I've seen that. I feel like we have to add him to that list now too. Okay.
No. He's still relevant. To be fair,
the other one's going to try to make himself relevant now that Flair's back.
Hold on. To be fair, CM Punk has a huge ego and is hard to work with.
Mary also had a little lamb. These are things we know. Continue.
Terry is a bad person. So I think we can separate those two.
Fine.
Punk hasn't done nearly what Terry has done.
Yeah, but stuff that he has done is making me pretty,
It's not that bad.
No, it is not.
No, it is not.
No, it is not. Anyway,
no,
okay.
It is not.
Yeah, we got down a path here. I apologize. We both came in a little bit hot. It's just not. Yeah.
You didn't come in hot. You left and then came back hot. But yes.
Well, I blame. What's his name?
That was no. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, we're not. We're not going to say the word because then yeah.
Hey, Swerve is a horror movie villain, man.
I know.
That was that was crazy.
Oh man, like it like yeah. I mean, sinister is that's the only adjective that I can ever come up with to describe him as sinister. Christian's rather maniacal himself, but like Swerve, it's all in your head here.
Yeah, that's like out of a horror movie. I mean, that is a psychological thriller horror movie, and he's playing that villain.
So I'm hoping Full Gear's a bloodbath.
And I mean, do they have the top two heels in the company right now, or in the business, with Christian and Swerve?
I would say so.
Just from a standpoint of booing, those two are, because Gunther comes out, he's not.
I know, booed. But Dom, I mean, that's the only other one that it's like, you can't. I mean, that's one you can't necessarily ignore. I think that Swerve and Christian's character work is significantly better because I mean they're just different types of heels. But I guess the question becomes, which ones do you prefer?
Well, Logan,
you want somebody that just gets a heat by simply. I mean,
I think you got to throw Logan Paul in there too.
Yeah.
So okay.
All
right. But both of their
those are. I mean, those are different. Those, I mean, they all do great work. They're just different. They're all different kinds of heels.
Yeah, I mean, that match is going to be. I think that match is going to be amazing. I think it's real personal now. I am 1,000% involved. It's going
to get violent.
I need Hangman to lose the 6-man titles. I don't care about it, but that's that should be a really, really fun match.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Do you want me to talk about what the most terrible thing on the show was last night, or do you want to?
I would love to hear it. Yeah, let's hear it.
So, what has been our main gripe with AEW?
I mean, where do we begin?
The main gripe.
Matches with no build.
Nah.
Just tell me.
Dude, that women's match was terrible.
Yeah.
That was awful. It felt so disjointed. Now Toni Storm's getting a title shot out of nowhere, but Hikaru Shida still has to defend the title next. Like, what? What are we doing?
Yeah, and I mean, because Ruby, I think that her graphic as she made her walk said that she had just come off of a win against Sky Blue at Rampage last.
Did you see the finish of that match?
So it's like, okay. You said like I watched.
Go watch the finish of that match. So what happens is, it's another interference, shocker. But Saraya hits her with the spray can, not once but twice, and neither time it connects. But Sky Blue has to sell it, and and the referee's looking right at it. What has been the best women's feud in AEW?
For me personally, Britt and Thunder Rosa, because of the cage match lights out, like, I mean, bloodbath, because it was something that we weren't seeing on mainstream television in women's wrestling. So we thought, okay, here is a chance for them to elevate, and they should have no problem doing it. Do I think that WWE still has the best women's roster on the planet? Yes. But AEW's is nothing to sneeze at either. Like, by a long shot.
And when was that?
And especially when
was that match?
Probably 2021.
It's been 2 years since I have cared about anything besides Toni Storm in that women's division. Because there's no substance to any of their feuds.
And while I think that adding the championship to Tony's to this golden age starlet character, I think it'll be a great touch because it'll just make her even that much more delusional as far as how they're trying to create that perception of that old 40s and 50s Hollywood where it's all about ego and things like that, and you see that with what she's doing. But I do not want this gimmick, and I do not want her to become an afterthought. And even hell, where was Britt Baker last night?
Where has she been?
There's, yeah.
I don't think we've seen her since she lost to Statlander.
Well, she's probably been busy preventing gingivitis and other forms of periodontal disease, but I do still miss her seeing on my TV every
Where's Thunder Rosa? So I did see something about Thunder Rosa.
That's above my pay grade.
Do you know when her contract expires?
I'm going to assume 2024.
February 2024.
If that's the case, I don't see her coming back.
I would bet my house that she signs with WWE.
I don't hate the idea. I'm not clamoring to see it, but I don't know. I think it's just a lot. Like, I don't know anything about what the backstage issues were or anything like that, but I don't know. I like Thunder Rosa. Don't get me wrong, but it just seems like there's just been so much different stuff that it's kind of hard to parse out what to wrap your head around. So I'm not saying that she wouldn't be valuable to the division or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm not like you and saying, oh my god, I have to see this. I have to see this. If she does, she does.
Here's the thing. And I'm gonna get fired up, and it's not at you. I just want to make that.
That's okay.
Thunder Rosa caused a stink backstage, correct? And then got hurt.
That's what we hear. Yep.
She's been blackballed from the company. Meanwhile, CM Punk openly talk shit about the EVPs of the company, got hurt, and then came back and was in a prominent role. Why aren't we treating everyone equal? And I know CM Punk's a draw. Thunder Rosa might not be that draw.
That's the only reason.
That is a terrible way to tell your talent that not everyone's equal here. I agree. You put your foot down on Thunder, but you don't do anything with Punk. It's bad management, man. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's unfortunate too. And sometimes it's just certain talents don't belong with certain companies. Sometimes that's just the reality of it. There are people that have attempted WWE that, for whatever reason, they're run with snake bit and they go elsewhere and they're doing gangbusters. That's just life, it's more of just okay, you can bring Thunder Rosa in, but we also continue to have the criticism. And I know that, we're on the upswing here as far as this pendulum of how the women's division is going right now. And things are trending positively, but I think I would want to see a larger sample size before we go say, hey, we're going to bring in another women's talent that we need to figure out what to do with.
Thunder Rosa is a great wrestler, though. Go back and watch some of her stuff.
They have a roster of a lot of great. I know she is, but they also have a roster of other great wrestlers that we're still trying to figure out where they fit in the card.
But it's okay to bring Nia Jax back.
I didn't say it was okay. I'm just saying, all that I have ever said with the Nia Jax return is let's not shit on it until we see what actually gets done with it. It's not like I went out and actively advocated and said, hey, this is somebody that they should bring back. That is just what happened. She just showed up. I was hoping to give it a chance for a couple of weeks, and now it's still just kind of meh and it's run flat. Okay, that's just is what it is. I can you can say whatever you want about it. That's reality. What is though?
I think she'll show up because I think WWE is going to try to scoop up a lot of that talent. I think to try to make that big impact move and go, hey, look what we can do with the stars you thought you had, kind of thing. It'll be interesting. I hope, if not, I hope it clears up with Thunder and then she can get back on. But the women's division needs help, and it needs help bad. And Toni Storm's the only thing in that division, and Chris Statlander, that are making that go. How do you feel about Luther being the butler?
Wait, what?
Yeah, did you not see that last night? That was who was revealed as the butler for Toni Storm, was Luther.
Huh, I must have missed that. Yeah. Okay. As in, like Luther.
I think it was in the
who?
picture-in-picture. Luther,
That
like
might be a thing.
Jericho's buddy.
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, no. So when I watch on one of the apps on my TV, it doesn't always show me the picture-in-picture. So like it'll just go straight to a full-fledged commercial break. So if that happened, that's news to me. But all right, because like when you said Luther, here's who I went immediately to, and his name hasn't been relevant since 2004, and that was Luther Reigns.
I knew it. No, it's that's Jericho's buddy, the bald guy, the big bald guy, Dr. Luther or something.
Oh, yeah. Not Ralphus.
Oh, jeez. Is Ralphus alive?
I hope so. Ralphus, if you're still with us, say what up. Wrestling Junkies.
Maybe that's the friend Jericho's going to bring back to take on Hobbs. Is Ralphus?
I forgot about that little tease too.
It's Big Show.
Okay, whatever.
Don't care.
Or Captain Insano.
Or Goldberg.
Don't even put that out there in the universe.
Are they friends?
I'm sure they're cool, but like you know the key to not getting your ass beat. Just out of curiosity, do you know?
I don't.
Knowing when somebody can beat your ass, and apparently Goldberg didn't get the memo.
Hobbs, I would take Hobbs in that fight right now.
Oh yeah, hands down. Yeah. Realistically, also, since there's speaking of mystery partners, Full Gear, we've got Christian, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne taking on Sting, Darby Allin, Third Man. Hard to say it's not Copeland at this point, right?
Yeah, I think that's. I even had the promo last night with him. I think it's pretty obvious. Like, just I would rather them just announce it rather than kind of play this out. But
yeah,
there was one quote.
Yeah, because I mean, it's the truth.
I was gonna say there was one quote in there
where
it said, or Sting said, "Hey, we go back a long time. Edge and Sting have never been on the same roster until now. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Like, when do you go? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah. I mean that's probably not to say that they have not run in similar circles outside the ring. I
can see them hanging out.
I don't know. Yeah. I
love wrestling
That'd be cool.
so much.
Yeah. Right. It's just it is.
It
is the coolest.
It's funny
thing.
too because like I was thinking about it. Like when Sting was in WWE, Edge was out. Sting has been in TNA, WCW, maybe. Like when Edge was there for half a second.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
But how long was he there? Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to think, at some point in time, much like what was in Edge's promo with Christian during his debut, at some point in time, they had to have met him so they could tell the story of, like when we went to the barbershop when we were kids, Christian got the flat top.
I know. Again,
wrestling's a crazy business, man.
Stop it. Stop putting logic.
Maybe that's your new wrestling promotion is one that's all based on logic.
It'd be so boring. So another one for you. This can kind of be my last point of the show. The pay-per-view that's coming up in December is on December 30th. World's End. They have all these multiple challengers. I asked this the other day. Do you think we're going to get some kind of multi-man match for MJF at World's End?
I guess I shouldn't rule it out. Why not? And I know that because we talked about this, about how there are so many different, challengers that have kind of come out of the woodwork and just said, I'm calling my shot at it. I can't remember how you said how you felt about it, but check out our archive episodes if you want to see what he actually said about it, because I don't remember right now. Yeah. I don't know. It's just you were talking to me, not our audience.
I was talking to you. Thanks for listening. I'm glad I come on here and I talk about my points and you just don't listen. God, you sit here with my work wife and she's just terrible. Don't listen to anything I say.
Yeah, but I love you still, though. Anyway,
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's so frustrating because the Adam Cole injury has just changed everything
Mm-hmm.
as far as what they probably had planned for the rest of this year. So I mean, I wouldn't hate the idea of a multi-man match if sure, I'd be cool with it. I think because what's the most as far as we've seen trio or like three-way, we've seen four-way, five-way. Have we seen
Not for the world title.
just in the history of AEW? Yeah.
I mean, probably.
Um,
But I mean, for a world title, that
I would say no
4-way
more than
was
six.
the biggest one we got. Like maybe they do like
Yeah.
a blood and guts 6-man challenge. I don't know. That would be fun.
Yeah, yeah. But then the question does also become. This is a bold strategy to add a pay per view in the holiday season at the end of the year. It may not be New Year's Eve, which is smart of them to avoid. But I don't know. I'd be concerned to see how this how this draws. I really would.
Did they announce where it was? I don't think they. Oh no, they did. It's in.
I don't remember seeing that, but I'll.
It's in. It's in New York, I think.
Yeah, Nassau Coliseum,
Yes,
Long Island.
yes, because WWE's running their holiday stuff at MSG. I think that week.
Okay, that makes more sense. Counter programming and their home territory. Sure, why not?
You seem excited.
I don't know. It just seems like, and much like we talk about, as far as the amount of wrestling that we're seeing right now, the timing of it is also important too, because, again, holiday season, family, friends, a lot of money already being spent and used in other areas. It's going to be an interesting strategy to see, where the buy rate goes for this and certainly the attendance figures as well. I don't know anything about the size of this building, but
Well, especially
I don't know. It's a bold move,
too with WWE running their shows. Like, who are you going to pick? Yeah. So they're going to have to knock this out of the park, and we don't know what it even looks like. And their builds have been so weird here as of late that who knows what we're going to get, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I got to find a way to be able to say it with that.
You do. Oh, did we lose him again?
Intensity, but sad. I still haven't figured that out. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I got you now. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
did Jeffy's over there? I was getting worried. All right. There's been enough that's already happened with the show tonight. All right.
Yelling at me today, guys. He's being mean today.
I'm not being mean. I'm just
my feelings.
You know how I get when
we're making it. We're making it work. Hope.
Nice.
Might be time to end it.
All right, fine. Yeah. Top left corner. Hit socials, like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Can I finish?
Oh man, take her home. Take her home.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Somebody's in Gorilla getting Cincinnati. Are we doing an episode tomorrow? I'd imagine we might. We'll see. If we don't, enjoy your Halloween. If we do see it, we're definitely not going to be in costume. We're saving that for when we actually go party on Saturday night. Yeah. Just remember, be cool. Let's be chill. Wrestling is fun, even though it frustrates the hell out of us. But yeah, we all enjoy it. So everybody else should have the opportunity to. Final thought.
Be nice, and especially you. You need to go be nice to your Wi-Fi router.
I'm going to go eat Snickers. I'm not me when I'm hungry. We'll see you guys later.